For me personally, I love that we are a really small team, and I feel that we've all made a genuine connection, and we're all treated with respect, and we've just made time for each other.
Yeah, I agree. For me, it's about the culture that we've built. We're a small independent team. We care about what we do and how we do it.
Well, we started off by signing up to the Mental Health Charter back in 2019. That's a fantastic organisation that offers so many resources. They've got an excellent app, which they have mindful apps, they have breathing techniques, cookery, taking time out from your desk, just prompts and reminders, emails, just to constantly make awareness at the forefront of everybody's mind. Now have 4 mental health first aiders trained across the whole of Aquarian.
Yeah, and I think for us, I think we had 2 people go ahead and do it first, and we saw the impact of that and the skills you learn, not only to apply within the business, but also at home, I think, to personal aspects of life
absolutely.
as well. So then we got 2 more people qualified, myself included, and the aim being that we want the whole team as trained mental health first aiders. Yeah. That's sort of the aim. That's where we want to get to. So I think, that was a big step.
Yeah, a huge step for everybody. And I think anybody that does the training would agree that, and the way that it's delivered through the Mental Health Charter was just an excellent 2 days that I spent doing the training. I thought it was amazing. So big shout out to Michael at Mental Health Charter.
Yeah, very, very good.
And then we also do walk and talks, which is, in very simple terms, we just pick 2 members of the team at random, and then on a day of their choosing within a specified week, they would take time away from their desks, or they're encouraged to take time away from their desks to catch up with somebody else from the team. And the impact of that has been, I think, a bit of a game changer, because a lot of the team work remotely. It just means that we can catch up, we can create bonds because we don't see each other very often. We can have laughs, we can talk, we can share stories. And I just think it also feeds into that culture that we're always trying to create and improve upon at Aquarian.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think those 30 minutes of, not only is it bringing everyone closer from that remote working aspect, but I also think you are being forced to talk about things that aren't work, because work can be quite overwhelming. You know, you're doing a lot, everyone's really busy. So actually saying, right, we are not going to talk about work, we're going to talk about things outside of work, is just a really good discipline.
Yeah. We used to produce a few years ago a newsletter. So to improve upon that, we now just have a Yammer page, and I am always putting on affirmations, tools, advice, tips, just sharing links, podcasts, posts, books, anything, just to constantly nudge the team. And again, just to keep awareness at the forefront of everyone's mind. And this is things that, you can share with family members, you can, share with colleagues. We always like feedback for things. And I know that does go down well, because people can just choose to take little tidbits from it, and just what suits them at the time, and what they might or might not need.
Yeah, and I think it drops in your inbox. So sometimes you don't know what effect those small messages, whether it's a positive affirmation or it's a little bit of advice, you don't know how that can impact that person. So I think for me, sometimes you'll get it and think, oh, that was just the right time, and that's just what I needed. So yeah, it's the small little things. And I think off the back of that, we then introduced something called the happiness KPI. So instead of measuring everyone purely based on their performance, we wanted to introduce something that splits that performance and person. I think if you've got a happy, contented team, the output, there's evidence and data that show that you're going to get a better performing team. So the happiness KPI is something that's really important, and something we'll highlight as the most important KPI we've got. I think the impact it's been massive, but I think there's also a danger that we normalise that now. I'd like to think we've got to a stage where anyone within the team at any point could come and say, I've got a problem, or I want to talk, or we're checking in and making sure everyone's okay. I think we've really, really tried hard to break through those stereotypes, whether it comes to caring opportunities, whether it's, you've got to go to sports day, you've got to go to parents' evening. We try and do a no questions asked policy when it comes to childcare responsibilities. So I think that impact from all of those different initiatives, which one we did miss actually, which is the Healthy Workspaces North Somerset.
Yeah. Again, that's great. I know it's a countrywide initiative run by local councils. but we signed up to Healthy Workplaces North Somerset, which is completely free. And again, similar to the mental health charter, in that they just are constantly just bombarding you with information tidbits, again, which I would share on the Yammer page with the team. And the information's always very similar, but it's wrapped up very differently, which means that people might react differently to how the information's shared. So I feel that's really important, that the delivery of things does come in different forms. But again, completely free resource that you can just use for anything. We've got a networking event coming up in October, and me and my another colleague are going to attend that event. And again, they have pop-up stalls, they'll issue some awards, there'll be plenty of people there to speak to and tap into all those resources. So again, another great charity, another great organisation which we've signed up to.
And I think for the Healthy Workplaces North Somerset, they also came and did a health check on the whole team. Yeah. And I think in terms of, back to sort of the original question of impact, we saw a massive impact with that. It was a bit of a wake-up call for some people. For other people, it was, you know, keep doing what you're doing. But for me, it was, yeah, again, trying to put aside a workplace that is all about performance and results, and actually it's working on the individuals, whether that's mental health, physical health. So yeah, I think the impact has been massive.
Yeah, and I think because we genuinely are constantly trying to find ways to put in new initiatives and to deliver this information, the team in turn then feel they're in a safe space and they're not afraid to ask for help, or whoever that's from. But we've created a culture where we can ask each other, and I think that's key because we are such a small team.
Yeah, absolutely. Emma's made a massive impact on the business. She is our ray of sunshine, whether it's a few little voice notes in the morning when things have been a little bit tough or someone's been a bit stressed, or it's trying to break down a situation so that you could feel that it's all consuming, and she will ask some really direct questions that you think, actually, yeah, once I've broken it down, it's okay. And I think the rest of the team would agree with that. So yeah, we wouldn't be without her. I mean, I don't think you'll mind me saying this, but Emma wasn't best pleased when she realised that I'd nominated her and the mental health category for the Women in Construction and Engineering Awards. I did it a bit secret squirrel, and then once I realised she'd been shortlisted, I said, ta-da! But I think actually working together and reflecting on everything that particularly Emma's achieved has been a really rewarding process.
And I really didn't expect to get nominated or to be put up for an award, and I am really, really excited by it. No matter what the outcome, it's very humbling, and yeah, it just brings another layer of excitement to the reason why I am mental health champion.
And I think just to take that a step further, we also, the result of the Women in Construction event is not obviously getting Emma nominated, but we then started to go through a table selection, and we have invited females from different facade contractors that we work with, who will be joining us on a table of 10 at the awards, and we really hope to get some momentum with that, and hopefully from that day we can start something outside of just big award ceremonies.
To build it.
Yeah, like a small network is the plan. So yeah, it's all very exciting. I think a lot's come from the awards, more than we probably imagined when I sort of sat there secretly submitting a submission. So yeah, it's really exciting.
Yeah, and it's created bonds between like you and I, being able to come up with some new initiatives, which obviously I will not discuss, and just things for the future. I just think it's just cemented for the bonds for the whole team and for the mental health awareness that we try to bring on a daily basis.
My piece of advice would be that we as Aquarian, we aren't a big corporate company. We don't have a big wellness budget or a policy that we need to follow. It was all came from ideas that Emma had come up with, the team had suggested, and all coming together. So I think it doesn't matter your size, it doesn't matter how many people you employ, it doesn't matter the budget or means you've got to fund it, because you don't need to. It all just comes from ideas, wanting to bring people together and create a workplace that supports and listens to everyone in it.
And my piece of advice would be to just start a conversation, any conversation, because any small step could have a really huge impact on somebody.
Good luck to all the nominees and all the shortlisters that have been shortlisted for this year's Women in Construction Engineering Awards.
And we can't wait to see you there and celebrate with you on the evening.
Keep your fingers crossed. Thanks.